What's up, y'all? We are back for another episode. We're going to start firing these things out probably every other day, every third day. Doing some updates on this thing, guys. We've got like, 10 days before our cruise free cure, and there's a lot going on with this rig. So enjoy the video and keep up with us. We're trying our darndest. I'm still staying hopeful on making this thing run and drive here within the next 10 days and go on this cruise. So we will see how it goes. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Together we chase speed, in the shop we scheme and grin. Kids on the bench, the camera loves the grin within. We bold, garage, hot fueled by grit and cold. Dragging dreams through the city where the street lights out. On every Yukon page, we're racing hearts, not just gears we make. Do with what we have to make memories.
Well, we got one more piece of the puzzle. Our good friend Jason Brock, who does all of our converters for us, called me last Friday and said that the torque converter for the Pro Street truck is done and ready to be picked up. So we are making the drive up here to Killbuck, Ohio today. I didn't schedule any washing work for today. It's 43 degrees outside and it's too cold to be playing in water. So we're running around today. Got some scrap taken in this morning. Got the welding tank filled up and stopped and got all the tubing and hymen joints to make our engine limiters with. And we're gonna rock and roll our way up onto quick draw converters and grab the converter and then head back to the shop and get on it today. So enjoy the drive. This is a beautiful drive up here if you've never been. I tell you what, it's getting pretty bad.
He said he'd get it done for you, huh?
Yeah, he said he'd get it. Well, guys, we got our converter all picked up from Jason Brock at Quick Draw Converters, and he kind of surprised me a little bit. You know, he's not a big company, but man, he does some big work out of his little place up here, and he's always taken care of We Broke Garage very well, even before We Broke Garage was a thing. I got to talking to Jason about the cruise and the cruise for a cure that's happening in 2 weeks, and you know what all was going on with the truck. And Jason filled me in that he had lost both of his parents to cancer. So the amount that he charged me for the converter rebuild, he handed half of that amount back to me and told me to put it towards the cruise for a cure. So personally want to thank Jason Brock for being such a great human being and always being there to help us out. So if you guys are in the Ohio area or just want to ship your converter out, look up Quick Draw Converters and give Jason a shout. The guy does phenomenal work. He stands behind his work, and he's probably one of the most reasonable price people out there. So we got that all picked up, and we are heading back to the shop. Just made a lunch stop. We got a frozen bombsicle C4 and fatty, some extra toasty Cheez-Its, lunch of champions. So we're gonna get the rest of the way back home here and lock the doors and crank the stereo up and start getting some shit done. We'll see you then. All right, so I didn't totally tell the truth. Texted wifey and told her I was gonna stop and buy something good for dinner. We're tired of eating junk, and to be quite honest, a fat guy can't pass up a 1 pound tub of this Amish macaroni salad from Lanning's, because it is quite the best macaroni salad I've ever had in my life. So I'm gonna stop eating my Cheez-Its, which I've only had about 6 or 7 of those, and I'm gonna pound this 1 pound thing of macaroni salad, then we'll go to work. First things first, we went ahead and pulled the hot side off. I got all 4 pieces there. And as you can see, we've already painted up a couple of them. We ain't doing nothing fancy here. Just hit it with that 1K Pro flame proof from O'Reilly's there. Just try to give it a little bit of color. So I'm gonna get these finished painted up. Got some new gaskets and some copper spray to put on there. Then we're gonna move on to getting the transmission cross member put in. It's amazing what having welding gas will do. We got these mounts all welded in, and I burn them in good. So we are all set up with the transmission mount. Bolts in perfectly fine. It'll make it really nice in case we really have to get this thing out on the side of the road. Literally 4 bolts and the whole transmission cross member drops out of it. It's really easy. You don't really have to screw around with finagling out of the frame rail. So thing looks pretty good. We did get one of our engine limiters made. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this test fitted up in there and get it welded to the frame, and then go ahead and get the other side. So we're moving along here tonight. We're burning stuff in tonight. We got our engine limiter all put in. So essentially the gentleman that built the front plate and the mid plate for me kind of explained to me, since this is the first time I've ever ran this stuff, that the front plate and the mid plate will keep things side to side, and then those limiters will keep it from going forwards and backwards. And I'll see if I can get you down in here a little bit closer, but it does have a Heim joint on the end of there. So, and we're just bolting it into one of the original LS motor mount areas with a hardened grade 8 bolt. So that's it. I'll go ahead and walk you through step by step on doing the other side. So I'm sure there's multiple ways that this can be done. I just found this to be, I guess, the easiest way to do. So I'm going to take my, I believe these are 2.5 inch grade 8 bolts. I'm going to screw it in that front hole just like I did on the other side. And I'm not going to tighten it all the way down in with a wrench or anything, but I'll just get it, snug. And then I'm taking my tape measure and roughly measuring. This is really hard to do with one hand. Roughly measuring what kind of length I'm going to need here. So it's telling me 2.5 inches. So these must be 3-inch bolts. Telling me 2.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and take it to, probably 2 5/8, I suppose. And we're going to go ahead and cut our tube for that area. And then we're also going to go ahead and get the nut and heim joint welded in to a piece of tube, and then we'll cut that one to length here in just a bit. So 2 5/8. Well, as it would happen, I forgot to turn the camera on. But we did get this new engine limiter put in here, so we're going to keep on rolling here tonight. I got a huge day of work tomorrow, but there's still some more stuff I'd like to get done tonight. So we're going to do we're going to get the exhaust manifold and turbo mount installed on this side and see if we can at least get the exhaust side of the turbo done tonight. So here we go. All right, we got the manifold in, so we'll go ahead and get the turbo put on here. Not really concerned about getting the downpipe put on right now, or the crossover tube, I guess. That really makes no difference on what I'm doing up here. So we'll get the turbo mounted on here and start fitting together exhaust. We got her tacked up here. We're going to take it up to our good friend Jimbo Slice. He's going to go ahead and TIG weld this thing together because I do not have a TIG welder. So I just went ahead and tacked it together. I am going to go ahead and add probably a 4 or 5 inch piece here just for the time being. I know a lot of people kind of hate these hood stack things, but I'm not a big fan of them either. But at this point in time, I just want it to work. We're running out of time here to get this thing done and get it rolling down the road. So hood stacks are going to have to work for right now. So we're going to throw this thing in here. I'm probably going to go ahead and 90 this wastegate pipe out of here also and go ahead and run it up instead of cutting any panels in the fender itself. We've already got to cut holes in the hood, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. But that's what the exhaust looks like now. We got it nice and level in there, and I'll go ahead and throw this 4-inch piece on here, and then we'll take it all back off so Jimbo can TIG weld it. All right, well, I don't know that there's a single person in the world that likes doing these damn brake lines, because I know I sure don't. The truck's got pretty fresh brake lines to the back, of course, since it's been back half. They're all new, but the fronts were still the stock ones. They're bent up and crushed in a couple places and crusty and rusty, and I don't know what the dude was thinking that routed the one brake line clear out to almost the headlight. I don't know. I'm redoing all this shit. You guys don't want to watch me do it. Guaranteed, because there's probably going to be some tools thrown and maybe a few explicit words. So that's the next step, though. We got to do it. So I'm going to get this thing tackled tonight, and then I'm going to go to bed. But I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to visit WeBrokeGarage.store for all of our new merch being loaded daily. We have new designs like the Fairlane 500, the vintage We Broke Garage, and the all-new Girl Power. If there is something that you think we should carry in our merch store, feel free to reach us at WeBrokeGarage@gmail.com.
We broke